Hello viewers, it's Tammy2009 and I'm back with another video. And this is the last video of the Symbiote Studios trilogy. So first off, I want to say thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. And also thank you for giving the Fluttershy plush review 1,000 views. Like, I didn't expect this video to be popular. I guess I wasn't lying when people said that they love Fluttershy so much. And I was also right when people said that Fluttershy is their favorite character. And like I said, I don't think there's anyone in the Brony fandom who said they hate Fluttershy. So, today we're going to be talking about my favorite character of the entire show. Rainbow, the best flyer there ever was, Dash. So, I've made it no secret that Rainbow Dash is my favorite character. I mentioned it tons of times in my 3 printed pony videos and a few other videos. But today we're going to be talking about the Rainbow Dash plush from Symbiote Studios. I feel like this is the correct way on how people should make My Little Pony plushies. So, you probably know the history of when I bought these things if you saw the Pinkie Pie plush review, but those of you who don't know, Rainbow Dash was the first one I bought. Now, I think Symbiote Studios came out this year, it just basically started. And when I saw these things, I knew I had to buy them. And originally I had the Ollie Factory versions, but then I realized that not every one of their plushies is perfect. So I got rid of those and I bought this one. Now, before anything, there was one problem that the Symbiote Studios plushies had, and that the heads were too skinny. So I saw the tutorial on how to make their heads bigger and try to make the wings more thicker. But then my mom told me that they actually updated their Symbiote Studios plushies, and that they have their own Twitter account. So we went ahead and bought this right after they had fixed the issue, so that was pretty relief. So, anyways, who is Rainbow Dash as a character? Well, I don't think Rainbow Dash needs any introduction, because you probably know who she is. She is loyal as the element of loyalty. She has a little bit of an ego, and sometimes it can be annoying. She has an addiction to apple cider for some reason. She loves reading Daring Do, which probably wasn't expecting. And she also loves pulling pranks, and she does have a bit of a sarcastic edge to her. And not to mention, she has a pretty sick design. She is very swag. So, now, I know most people aren't the biggest fan of Rainbow Dash, while a lot of people consider Rainbow Dash to be an amazing character. I feel like Rainbow Dash has sort of a mixed bag on most people. But I think that's what makes her interesting, so. But, what's there to be about Rainbow Dash that hasn't been said before, that makes her cool? I think, I've already said that blue is my favorite color, which is why I love Thomas the Tank Engine and Sonic the Hedgehog. But I also do love the fact that she's loyal, and I do wish she was more relatable. Because when people talk about relatable characters, they're always going to say that Fluttershy is the one they look up to the most. And out of every character, I would say that Rarity is the most immature out of everyone, since she always throws a fit every time she gets her clothes or her mane messed up. And
you don't think Pinkie Pie is immature?
Well, she's always fun and energetic and loves throwing parties, but she can be a bit annoying, but she does have some sympathy for her friends. As I've already explained in the Pinkie Pie video, but I know that Fluttershy is always scared, but she is also very polite and loves talking to her friends and has become more assertive as the show has developed. And I think Rainbow Dash's loyalty has been tested many times, and she has gotten better and better. I would say Season 4 is when Rainbow Dash actually had some character growth, and she became less annoying. Now, when people talk about bad Rainbow Dash appearances, they're always going to say that 246 Great is the worst Rainbow Dash episode, or the Mysterious Mare Duel for how annoying Rainbow Dash was, because that's the episode where Rainbow Dash saves everyone's lives and everyone starts cheering for her, and Rainbow Dash basically has this ego where it gets to her head and she does whatever she can to help out people. So basically there's this new party called the Mysterious Mare Duel, and this obviously gets Rainbow Dash jealous because she was the hero since the beginning, and so I think she tries to go against the Mare Duel, but spoiler, it's Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and Twilight in disguise. I think that the lesson was show that Rainbow Dash shouldn't always show off, and Now, I know most people aren't a fan of Rainbow Dash's ego, and I completely understand why. Although, she is very boastful all the time, and I think it's her one character flaw. Also, she does act sort of like a jerk to her friends sometimes, but she does make up for it in the end. Like, in Takes from Memories, she gets very upset because her pet turtle Tank is about to hibernate. Now, I don't understand why out of all the animals, Rainbow Dash had a pet turtle. I mean, I get that the turtle saved her life after she had an accident, but I still think she could have gotten a better pet than that because, let's be honest, there are some boring pets like goldfish who basically die in 2 days.
Do any of the other ponies have pets?
Now that you mention it, they do.
What do they have?
Now,
I know Maud has the rock, which is the best.
That's a pretty funny episode. Like, if you love Maud Pie, please tell me in the comments below. The episode, that is. I do love the character as well.
Me too.
Anyways, Fluttershy has a pet rabbit named Angel, which a lot of people seem to hate. Because he is rude, and he did slap Fluttershy in one episode. And Pinkie Pie has this pet crocodile with no teeth named Gummy. Twilight Sparkle has this cute little owl named Owlicious, which is a nice pet to have. Applejack has a dog named Winona, which is super adorable. And of all the animals, I think Rarity has the best one. So Rarity has a pet cat named Opal Essence.
Aww. Is it white?
Yeah, it's white. It has this cute little ponytail on top of its head.
Aww.
And she is pretty mean sometimes, like most cats are.
I was say, like all cats are.
Now,
what does the turtle do?
The turtle doesn't do anything. All it does is just hover around with its little helicopter propeller.
What's the turtle's name?
Tank.
It lives in a tank, right?
Still, I don't understand why out of all the pets, Rainbow Dash chose a boring turtle. Yes, I know the turtle saved her life, but I don't think that would be a good enough reason as to why she would keep it. Although there was one funny line in Rock Solid Friendship where Pinkie Pie's like, "Whose side are you on, Tank?" which still has me cracking up to this day. That's one of my favorite lines Pinkie Pie said, along with "Curse you, sheep." Yeah, I think Pinkie Pie's pretty funny. Anyways, the whole episode is basically Rainbow Dash getting upset because her pet turtle is going to hibernate for the winter. So she basically tries to sabotage winter, and she ends up almost destroying an entire factory just to get her way. And at the end of the episode, she starts crying all because Rainbow Dash used the power of words and said that her winter's going to be petless, which I didn't know my waifu had the power of words. So I think that's probably one of the only few episodes where Rainbow Dash actually bawls her eyes out. Now, usually when Rainbow Dash cries, she only tears up instead of actually sobbing. Unlike Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and especially Rarity the most. However, there's a few moments where Rainbow Dash does act a bit immature. Yes, she does pull pranks on her friends, but they teach her a lesson that not all pranks are funny and that not everybody enjoys them. So Rainbow Dash has this one big prank that she was about to pull off where she buys these joke cookies that are supposed to match the colors of her mane. So whenever the ponies eat them, their mouths get covered in rainbows, and they'll know it's Rainbow Dash because of the rainbow colors. But then I think Pinkie Pie leads the plan to have everyone pretend to be mindless cookie-eating zombies. Instead of brains, they want cookies.
Right.
So it probably isn't contagious. They were just trying to scare Rainbow Dash to show that not everyone likes pranks. Which I think does work. Now, I do love the bonding that Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie have in the episode Griffin the Brush Off, where they become good friends. Even though Rainbow Dash was trying to avoid her at the beginning. But Pinkie Pie needs help with this one prank to give Spike the hiccups, and Rainbow Dash ends up prevailing, and they both become friends, and they start pulling pranks on everyone. And it's revealed that Rainbow Dash has this bully friend named Gilda, who Pinkie Pie was a little bit jealous of. So Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash both work together to teach Gilda a lesson, and it turns out that Rainbow Dash was the one who pulled the pranks all along, even though I thought it was Pinkie Pie the whole time. So I know Rainbow Dash has a few friends who had turned against her, like Gilda, obviously. Then there was one of her biggest idols, Wind Rider, who tried to frame her for something she didn't do. Then, of course, you had Lightning Dust, who I'm not gonna lie is a pretty cool character, but she did betray Rainbow Dash in Wonderbolt's Academy and did get rejected. Now, there's one thing I should touch upon, is that Rainbow Dash is a huge fan of the Wonderbolts. I think the Wonderbolts are actually great characters. However, there are some moments where the Wonderbolts do act a bit rude sometimes, like they pretty much lied to Soren in the episode Rainbow Falls. I think this is the first episode where Rainbow Dash's loyalty is tested. So Rainbow Dash has to choose between the Wonderbolts and her friends, and she ends up choosing her friends. over the Wonderbolts. Yes, she did fake her injury, but that was just one minor incident. And also, I think in the Wonderbolts Academy, she became part of the Wonderbolts Reserve, which is just like, I don't know what a reserve is, but I think it's just like a beginning of like, before actually becoming an official Wonderbolt.
It's like a backup, like it would be like the trainees or apprentices.
So it's basically like if she was a backup Wonderbolt.
Yeah, like if something happened to one of the others, they would call one of the reservists to fill in.
But they would actually usually have a spot open for the next Wonderbolt, since one of the Wonderbolts actually did retire.
Right.
So
then they pull from the reserves.
Yeah. Now, I think she was always about to quit being a Wonderbolt, but she ended up pulling through, and Light and Dusk got rejected.
Mm-hmm.
And Sally, they both have been
11 minutes.
Rivals for life.
Are you done talking about the plushie?
No, I'm still talking about the character, because there's, like, more to dissect.
Okay.
So I've already talked about Rainbow Dash's, like, loyalty, how she wants to become part of the Wonderbolts, but there's one thing I forgot to touch up on. So, out of all the Rainbow Dash episodes, I consider Newbie Dash to be the weakest one. It's honestly the worst one, in my opinion. Actually, no, scratch that. It's the worst Wonderbolts-based episode. Now, yes, I've already said that I love the Wonderbolts. I'm not saying that I hate them. It's just the way they were, like, portrayed in that episode. So, Newbie Dash is about Rainbow Dash being chosen to be part of the Wonderbolts, which is a very nice concept. Mm-hmm. So you'd think that it would be a cool thing for her to be a Wonderbolt. But in execution, I don't think it was well-deserved at the end. So, the whole basically premise is that Rainbow Dash crashes into a trash bin. Everyone calls her Rainbow Crash, and that's one thing I hate about Rainbow Dash. I don't like her nickname at all. Like, Rainbow Crash has to be one of the worst nicknames you could ever come up with. Like, I don't view it as a nickname, I view it as an insult.
I sort of say you think it's insulting.
Yeah. But it turns out I just view the episode differently because a lot of people seem to like the episode Newbie Dash. However, there were some aspects I did like about it. I thought the scene where Rainbow Dash imitated the main six was pretty funny. And I did like the ending where everyone started saying that Rainbow Dash was amazing. That they all have their own nicknames. Now, the reason I say that...
The way her friends acted was nice.
Yes, her friends were very supportive. And I think that's one thing about this episode that I didn't understand. Like, so, apparently I have a different perspective because I view this as a Rainbow Dash torture episode. I sort of empathize with Rainbow Dash.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the Wonderbolts were meant to be that mean. Like, I feel like they were just calling her out because she was a standout flyer.
I think they were just kind of good-natured, ribbing her, like hazing her when she joined the group because that's what they do as part of their group culture.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever...
They do it whenever a new person or a new character comes in.
I mean, I've also been told that, like, most sport teams are usually like that, where they, like, make fun of each other sometimes.
Yep, they do.
They like to poke holes at each other.
Play around with each other like that.
Or push each other's buttons.
Yep.
But still, I don't think, like, it's fair to, like, give Rainbow Dash that nickname if she's always, like...
Well, it's too easy because it rhymes with Dash and she did crash.
Yeah.
And then she crashed again. So then the nickname kind of had to stick.
So, now, I know people, like, view this episode differently, but I just view this episode as, like, a mean-spirited episode. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand, like, why most people like it due to the fact that it might have a good lesson or maybe, like, something else, but I don't know if it's a... I don't know.
I thought it had a good lesson because if she hadn't have been worried so much about them teasing her, then she would have done a better job and practiced flying, and then she wouldn't have crashed.
I mean, I thought maybe this whole time the lesson was, like, don't show off, like, or else it's gonna, like...
Backfire?
Yeah, like, I didn't know the moral at first. Like, I just didn't... I was just paying attention to...
Yeah, and I didn't think they were being mean to her. What was that episode we watched where they were being mean?
One Bad Apple.
Yeah, in that one, the bullies were bad.
Yeah, especially Silver Spoon Dime Tiara, but I feel like Babsy was just an innocent victim.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I understand she was bullied back in Manhattan, but I don't think that excused the bullies to, like, have the upper hand and make it 3 against 3.
But then she decided to be a bully, and see, in that other one, Rainbow Dash did not decide to be a bully.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Rainbow Dash
was
meant
good.
to be, like, mean. I feel like she was just only showing off just to, like, show how awesome she is.
And she was trying to prove herself.
I mean, I feel like that's one thing about her loyalty. Like, she does try to, like, care more about her friends than her other things. Like,
But it's like I told you, she was obviously a great flyer, or they wouldn't have even selected her to be on the team.
I mean, in the first episode where we meet Rainbow Dash, she accidentally, like, splashes Twilight Sparkle with mud, and when she tries to fix it, her mane ends up getting big and puffy, and then Rainbow Dash talks about the Wonder Bolts and how, like, she can, like, bust up storm clouds in 10 seconds flat. And then that's when we meet Rarity, and I think she fixes Twilight Sparkle's mane. And then the second part, Rainbow Dash meets this group called the Shadow Bolts, which are basically the anti-Wonder Bolts, and they do tempt Rainbow Dash to join them. But she chooses her friends over them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one reason why I love Rainbow Dash. It's not just because of her blue color. It's not just because that she's awesome. It's also because of how loyal she is.
Have you been over all the features of the actual plush?
Well, I mean, I don't know whether to say, like, because they've actually captured
Let
how...
me see the back. Turn it so we can do a close-up here. All the different...
I mean, every plush
pieces.
they make is perfect. Like,
yeah, the attention to detail and the quality is amazing
I mean,
on these.
I've already talked about Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy and what they've done to them. But the fabric is very soft.
Yeah, and the stitching is great. Like,
these things are so cute to hug as well.
Like, I sew myself, and this is just amazing how...
The key mark is on both sides of the flank. And I do love the rainbow colors of it.
And everything is put together, like, tight, and it's stuffed well.
I mean, the wings are still a little bit, like,
great.
flat and a little bit, like...
Yeah, but that's so they can
wonky,
bend. But it's got, like...
But hey, I
double layers of stitching and double layers of padding, and everything is hooked on really nice, and the embroidery is just perfect. Like, everything,
I think the only
on these is amazing.
I think the only thing that matters is...
And it's, like...
the head size.
Like, it's not glued. Like, these are actually sewn.
Okay, now, if you are wondering what this is, like, what this rough thing on is our forehead, that's basically tacky glue. Like, I tried to glue this thing to, like, have the hair swoop, like...
Oh, you should have told me and I would have sewn it for you.
I mean, I could have, but I feel like this would have been an easier method. But, I mean, I probably still wouldn't want to risk, like, removing her head just to, like, sew this thing.
Yeah, but we could have just put a stitch through there.
Now, it would be cool if they made other plushies as well. Like, I want them to make Derpy Hooves and Daring Do, since they're basically just a repaint of Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, I was looking while you were talking before. They don't have...
Starlight Glimmer.
No.
But they did make one new thing, but it's not really a character per se. It's more like a assortment of winter clothes where you can, like, decorate these little plushies
I saw
and, like,
that.
give them their own winter clothes. Now, Now, I do think, like, one fun project to do would be, like, to make custom winter clothes for these ponies, like, make them actually accurate to the TV show. So I think that would be a fun idea. I mean, it wouldn't be hard either. All you would have to do is, like, measure these things and, like...
We could do it after Christmas.
Put templates around them and, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I can do that.
Especially if we get, like, Rarity and Applejack.
Yeah, remind me after Christmas and we'll make some.
But that would be pretty fun.
When I'm on break from school.
I mean, since we already modified Starlight Glimmer and all. By the way, I'm still excited for them to make Starlight.
Yeah, we've been checking every day.
If there's, like, a few plushies I wanted to make Lightning Dust. I wanted to make Derpy, Daring Do, Spitfire, of course, and Rainbow Dash's parents. Now, I do think Rainbow Dash has the best parents in cartoon history.
Who are the parents?
Bo Hothoof and Windy Whistles.
That's right.
I think they're the parents who, like, cheer on Rainbow Dash and...
Bo
Hothoof.
Hothoof. Every time I have to make you slow down and say it. You're like, what did you say? Bo Hothoof.
They're very supportive parents. They treat Rainbow Dash like she's a gift from God.
19 minutes.
And
is she their only pony?
Yeah, she's the only one who doesn't have siblings. I've already explained Fluttershy's annoying brother, Zephyr Breeze. Pinkie Pie's family is not basically happy all the time like she is, like, especially Maud.
Well, Maud is the opposite. That's why they're so funny together.
And so are her other siblings and her parents. Like, I think Pinkie Pie only smiled because of Rainbow Dash's Sonic Rainbow, and that's how she got her key mark. I think that's how she got the ability to, like, make every pony laugh and smile.
She's very enthusiastic.
Yeah. And I love her bubbly personality. I'm a huge fan of certain characters who have a type of playful and energetic personality. And there are definitely more than one character who's like Pinkie Pie. Cheese Sandwich, for example. Voiced by Weird Al Yankovic.
That is just the best sentence ever.
I mean, they've also gotten, like, other famous actors to voice certain ponies, like William Shatner and...
Shatner? Who does he do?
Grandpair in The Perfect Pair.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think he was also a character from Star Trek as well.
Uh-huh.
And they've also gotten Patton Oswalt to voice this pony named Quibble Pants, who I think Rainbow Dash did sort of become friends with, but in the episode, they basically have this fight because, like, they have different opinions on Daring Do.
21.
So, Rainbow Dash's opinion on Daring Do is that she loves the Daring Do who is brave and is confident and, like, tries to get out of trouble in the best way possible, while Quibble Pants, on the other hand, loves the Daring Do who is smart and solves puzzles in the first trilogy. But Rainbow Dash loves every single Daring Do book that comes out and says every Daring Do book is better than the last. Now, I actually don't know who would have the better opinion, like Rainbow Dash or Quibble Pants, but I think Rainbow Dash's opinion is honestly a nice one, because she loves the Daring Do who is brave and confident, and she says that every Daring Do book is awesome, even if they're impossible, like before the first trilogy ended. Now, I do think Quibble Pants is a nice character, and I think there's a reason why he is called that, because of how sarcastic he acts, and how he basically, like, criticizes everything. Like, he's basically, like, a critic, and his cue mark is a speech bubble, which I think is pretty interesting. And I do love that he's voiced by Patton Oswalt, who voices Remy from Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, I might not have enough time to, like, talk about more about Rainbow Dash, so I'll wrap it up here. I think Rainbow Dash is the best pony in My Little Pony history. I love how loyal she is. I love how... I mean, I do agree that her ego sometimes can be irritating. I'm glad they sort of stopped her addiction to cider, and I was not expecting her to read, because she said reading is for eggheads. And that's what she calls Twilight and Quibble Pants, because of, like...
Because they're smart.
Quibble Pants is also smart for, like, how he, like, criticizes, like... He, like, tries to, like, think of ways to solve the puzzle, like how Daring Do did in the original trilogy, but Rainbow Dash prefers the brave side of Daring Do. And yes, I know Rainbow Dash is a bit irritating sometimes, but she is loyal to the end. Like, she will, like, put her friends over anything. Like, she almost traded Fluttershy for a Daring Do book in one episode, but she ended up, like, calling the trade off. So, if you guys love Rainbow Dash, please tell me in the comments below. I still want to say thank you for 4,000 subscribers. Now, if you are interested in other My Little Pony videos, I will try to, like, make a 4th 3-printed pony series, and if Symbiote Studios makes more My Little Pony characters, I will try to make more reviews on them.
And I started to say, as someone who sews, I can vouch for the Symbiote Studios are the best
Especially
plushies. The quality is just amazing.
And if you would like to see, like, us make winter clothes for these ponies and want us to do a video on that,
Yeah, we can do that.
It would definitely be a nice project to do over the Christmas break.
Yep. Just start saving some pictures and send them to me.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe if, like, we were to, like, get another Rainbow Dash plush and just cover for the templates, we might be able to make our own, like, custom Daring Do or Derpy.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Anything is possible.
The sky's
really.
the limit.
Yeah, literally the sky's the limit, because Rainbow Dash is a Pegasus,
right?
And she flies. So, comment below if you love Rainbow Dash. If you hate her, I do respect your opinion, but I'm glad Rainbow Dash is well fleshed out, and that's what I appreciate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.